All right, everybody. Sorry for the disappointment of looking at my ugly mug, and the couple ugly mugs beside me. So this is not for the ladies. But we're here for In the Crease to discuss tomorrow night's huge NHL slate. I have Sean, the NHL D Whisperer, and multi-time GPP winner, just NHL nerd, geek, savant, and the one and only Razzle Dazzle. I was trying to remember your original name earlier, Razzle Grinds, I think. Very
Razzle
cool.
11 Grinds, yeah.
But Raz is great at everything, including consuming whipped cream. But, he's your NFL, MLB, college football, college basketball, everything. He takes them all down. So
he's a game theorist.
Yeah.
He's a sharp.
He's a shark. So I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I know what the F I'm doing. So let's just start. Do y'all want to discuss anything about tonight's small slate first, since we got, hour before lock?
Yeah, I think we got a couple questions there, maybe. The small field with, I would probably prefer Toronto over Edmonton, but that's just me. And that's just because of the goalie situation and the Blues being at home. But it's really close, there's so much value there. You could potentially even do both.
Have you thought about triple studs going Matthews, McDavid, and Leon build?
You could
for a small field.
You could go that crazy if you really wanted to. It just feels kind of whack, but you can definitely do it because they even have cheap pieces around them.
Yeah,
like Easton Cowan and Jack Roslovic and shit.
Yeah, you didn't have to really punt as much as you expected, but I couldn't get there myself. I wanted better defensemen than I was willing to really pay down for too much. So, what about you, Raz? You playing tonight, or are you concentrating on tomorrow?
I got one lineup in tonight. I went to Toronto side in that question. And then, of course, I had to jam in Chicago, too, because single lineup, I might as well stick with what I've been riding all season long.
Yeah, that could be a sneaky game. Canucks and Predators doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah. And the Blues and the Kraken are just cheap enough.
Yeah.
Robert Thomas has finally gone down in salary, and then everyone else is pretty cheap. And sorry, Tap, but your boy Calvin Pickard is not him so far.
No,
I'm just waiting for Connor Ingram to ride in the white horse.
But you guys you're never sending Calvin Pickard down, and you're never trading him because the team loves him. So
yeah, I hate to lose
to
excuse
the vibes.
Mustache.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say the other three games. I'd game stack all of them. I'd be willing to.
Yeah. You definitely could.
Just unchecked Canucks and Predators.
And how dare you call us unsexy, Tad? This is the large Midwestern man crew.
I was trying to play it down. I didn't want
a lady joins this stream, they know there's some 401ks happening.
We had a commenter yesterday on NFL pre-lock, and I was like, God, why can't Geek be here? Because he would probably have spazzed out. She was an attractive woman. And I was like, he'd be losing his mind up here. I just sat back and shut up. But yeah, tonight I think you can go however you want. Oilers are going to be chalk. Leafs would be, be probably right behind them, but some leverage and going Nylander back tonight.
Yeah.
So I mean, going Toronto 2 over line 1, but I'm more of a small field guy, so I'm a embrace the chalk and get different with my takes.
Yeah, and I would say, like, I don't know if Darth Pasta is going to play cash tonight or like what his system's going to be. And I know a lot of the subscribers follow what he does, but in cash, like, you legit probably could do the 3 studs and then find enough value. Like, you probably could easily just do that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Like small field single entry, you could almost follow Darth's cash approach, but just make it stack, and use those in single entry small field. I mean, I've won some 3-mans with a lineup that came in last in our staff league, So it's like
I want to start doing those, but then I'll start playing you.
Would do like me and check the entrance because you don't want to hit Burns either.
I'll take Burns' money. I just don't want to take your money. Burns has money to lose.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I was also going to say, if you tech 3-man stuff like that for the 8 million listeners, study the guys. They're very predictable. The same guys play them. They play the same way. Most of them opto enter, so you can kind of get a feel for your opponents and how they're going to play. So we have discovered that hosting is not my thing.
No, you're doing fine.
But yeah, if y'all want to jump into tomorrow, we got a huge one.
Yeah, that's
just
Yeah, we can go into tomorrow a little bit and then see if anyone has any questions about either.
Yeah, and then we got maybe some last minute. We can finish our lineups and get ready for football and hockey tonight. Sadly, no more baseball until the World Baseball Classic.
I kind of want to just rant a little bit about that. Like,
go ahead.
Razzle's the big baseball guy, and maybe Burns will look at this later because Burns was like a D1 catcher. I was a D2 pitcher, and like that last inning, I was like, I understand trying to get the run in, so like kind of fluff a bunting, but like I'm like, you need it. It's going to be hard for someone to get a hit off of Yamamoto. Like, you don't want to give up and out. Like, I understand the fly ball shit, but like, and then like runners on the corners with less than 2 outs. I know Vladdy's on third and he's not like a blazer, but you got to try to steal second because usually they don't even throw, and it was a double play to end the game.
I was upset, even though I knew it was going to add when they pinch ran for Bo.
Yeah.
I was like, that bat would be great to have later. What do you think, Raz?
I mean, the pinch running part, like, Bo knew it's happening. Like,
yeah.
He didn't even, he got to the base, turned around, and left the base. Like, he didn't even
I think we all
they were doing it.
Yeah. Pulled.
Like, you have to run for him because that run is so important, and he literally could not go more than base to base.
Yeah.
There was just no extending anything. I just Connor Falefa probably has to bunt because he can't hit. Like, he was hitting like 060 or something in the postseason. He's just not somebody you're gonna rely on to get a big hit with a guy in scoring position. Because like the biggest thing is putting a guy on third later in a game. Because a lot of the guys that are pitching are throwing splitters and shit in the dirt to where that run from third is going to end up scoring more than you think without even putting a ball in play. I I mean,
It was
the
so
biggest
epic.
issue that everybody has is like Connor Falefa and his lead off from third.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't want to take the time to respond to everybody posting about it because like you're literally taught that he needs to be as far away from third as Muncy is, because on any line drive with the infield in, like he's just a dead duck at third, and they're trying to eliminate that. So
Yeah.
like, there's nothing he's going to do. He's not getting a huge secondary lead and ruining the game that way. Then you just have the Edison Berger situation all over again, and people are going to complain the other way. So, I mean, I think Kirk probably could have worked the count a little bit more because Yamamoto was still wild. That's the one thing with pitching in back-to-back days for him. Like, he's just not going to have any control. So you just make him throw a bunch more pitches. And then that's maybe what like Connor Falefa should have did and waited to getting a bunt down to. You just keep making Yamamoto throw more pitches. And I think that was their best route to get to him. But I don't know, like the Dodgers just had to live kind of luckily, double plays to end game 6 and 7. Just huge.
Yeah. It was a great World Series. I mean,
It was, oh my God, my heart's broken for them. But like, I don't know their roster players that well other than like their studs. So like, I didn't know what an Ernie Clement was and shit like that. But I was like, and that Barger kid impressed me. I was like, I don't know how fast he is, but I feel like you force Will Smith to make a choice.
Yeah, Will Smith's won 6 World Series in a row.
I was like, I would steal if I had speed there. Like, if he throws you out, that sucks. But like, that would also be stones on Will Smith to hit the homer and then throw you out.
Yeah, that's a tough one to figure out. Like one thing, Barger wasn't running as well. In this game, he fouled the ball off of his shin or whatever. Like he had an issue there. I do run on Yamamoto. Not like it mattered in that instance. Like you can try to get thrown out. I just don't know if Vladdy's going to
be
test it then too. Because if Vladdy gets thrown out at home, like then that's just a huge issue, not letting your players win the game really at the plate. Yeah. So like it's really tough to second guess some of it. I think Kirk being up was both a blessing and a detriment because he's such a contact guy. That a double play is in a huge wide range of outcomes. He's never going to swing and miss and strike out really in that spot. And that's what Toronto, they just don't strike out. So they're just always putting those balls in play. And then that's when obviously double plays happen. But I think there's a lot of mistakes by both sides throughout the series in different scenarios. I just don't think game 7 there was much they could do differently, maybe. Yeah. But I mean, like Connor Falefa could have not slid into home. He could have stayed on his feet, would have got to the plate quicker. But if he still would have been out that way and Will Smith would have been able to throw to first for a double play, then people would have been complaining about that because, like, you slide into home feet first just in case you can catch part of Will Smith's ankle to throw him off so he can't for sure turn a double play on it too. So, I mean, yeah, that's really the only thing that I think could have been done differently. But you're so used to playing like in the moment, you're not thinking of running through home plate. Like you're always taught to slide home. It's not the same scenario as first base.
Yeah, and we're a little off the rails, but like it was just such a great series.
Yeah,
we I just kind of wanted to pick Raz's brain a little bit.
Give it up for baseball.
Oh my!
No, baseball is my first love. So I mean, my first love, baseball. All right, so I'll tee you guys up. First game we have tomorrow is Bruins Islanders. Sean, your thoughts?
No thoughts. Not interested. I don't care.
Matthew Schaefer or bust.
I mean, the Islanders are like actually more fun than they have been in past years, but like the Bruins just bring everyone down into awful town, like just grossness.
Yeah.
They don't even have Elias Lindholm. Like I guess like you could. The Islanders are one of the. I'm talking myself into it a little bit. The Islanders are one of the stronger teams at faceoffs.
But
So, like you could probably do one of the lines with Schaefer.
yeah.
It's
What about
it's
you,
nothing.
Raz? Sorry if I cut you off.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, my first
Getting
thought is, I mean, Schaefer, but then probably the goaltending in that game. I don't like.
Yeah.
They're both guys that I would use, or have used and felt pretty confident in using them. I haven't the last few days. I haven't really kept up with a lot going on, so that's obviously dependent on both of their number one guys. I assume there's a good chance that both of them are, but yeah, it just feels like you guys in the net, and then Schaefer been so impressive that I think you can get away with some Islanders, but I just don't like playing the Bruins ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. GPP only. Flyers and the Canadians, Sean.
I mean, I always go with the Habs at home. They are an electric factory right now. That's about it for that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the Flyers are cheap enough. It just depends, like, if I'm feeling frisky. But, like, I usually don't MME that hard. So, with enough stacks that I like, probably won't get to the Flyers.
Yeah, so that's my thing. A lot of times I might sound like a poo-poo on a team, but it's just not somebody I'm using in small field. So, yeah, Montreal line one. Just what about you, Raz?
Yeah, Montreal's one of those squads that every time they're on a slate, I want to make sure I get exposure to, at least so far. I was just kind of looking around since I've been away from NHL the last few days. Like, I mean, second most goals per game for, Montreal on the season in the NHL. So, yeah, getting exposure there. And, I mean, I always love playing Suzuki.
And they got multiple good defensemen you can use too. I like Mike Matheson a lot, because everybody usually goes to Hudson. But yeah, I would say Canadians are a single entry nominee. Utah and Buffalo, Raz.
Ends up being a game that I probably am not going to be interested in. Some of it is like I just can't get Utah right when I do play them. Schmaltz stands out, so that line kind of does, but it just seems like whoever I leave out is the one that actually ends up doing something when I'm playing Utah. So, and I obviously I generally now am starting to play less and less of road teams. Since I don't play all the time, I think it's just easier for me to kind of focus on home teams more than when teams on the road. So I'm just not playing Buffalo. It's not a team I enjoy rostering anybody from.
I don't mind, some Tage or Tuck or even Josh Doan. But yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of revenge narratives. The big trade in the offseason for Doan and Kesselring. But no, what you need to do, Raz, is you need to do your MME like normal, and then X out Utah and you don't want Buffalo, and then you play one bigger lineup and you just take them all. You take all the Mammoth.
I mean, I see Buffalo's dealing with some injuries, but yeah, maybe forces me onto Utah in one single build or something. But like a 10-game slate, I don't really feel the need to go with a 5 or 6 man. Like I've been trying to do that on anything that's like 2 to 5 game slates. I've been trying to get the full onslaught stack. I just don't think I can do that to myself on a 10 gamer.
I had a 6-man Edmonton build tonight, but I had to back off.
Of course you did. I'm actually gonna head to the bank to get a loan tomorrow to and get like a comical sack of money. I'm just gonna put it all on the over in that game.
I actually am not usually a huge Edmonton guy, and because I always feel like I'm going to jinx them. Like I'm going to watch the game and be double pissed off because I'm going to lose my money and they're going to screw it up. Like I went to bed the other night, they're up 3-1 on the Rangers, and then I woke up like, you sons of bitches. So yeah, I would say they're GPP only for me. Hurricanes and the Rangers back home. Sean, you like the Hurricanes with Jarvis out?
I didn't even look at that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like he actually might suit up. He's a tough kid, but I don't really like any of this.
Did you see the Stanley Cup final? Just
but no, I don't really like anything except maybe Shesterkin. Assuming it's Shesterkin.
Yeah.
Because I'm always looking at goalies against the Hurricanes, even though like they're actually
they shoot so much.
They shoot that, yeah. They're always going to be at tops of the league in shots.
They're hard to nail down too. They got depth, and scoring comes from. You think you stack up Jarvis and them, and then it's like, oh, it's Taylor Hall.
And Ehlers hasn't scored yet this year.
Yeah.
I'm advancing a pretty good percentage of my best ball teams, and Ehlers has done nothing, and Dustin Wolf has been garbage until yesterday. So,
well, I was going to tell Ivan, at least you won't even have to worry about watching the first round this year because y'all probably be at home.
Who does he like?
Kings.
Oh, yeah. Why is he talking shit about Edmonton when you guys beat him in the first round like 5 years in a row?
I think we're part owner of the Kings.
Yep. You're going to
maybe I should Bowman over there and take Holland back.
I guess he can talk shit because they've actually won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they've won since the 80s. Let's see. The sucky, yucky, nucky Predators versus the Wild tomorrow. Interest level, Raz?
I have some interest in the Wild at home. Looks to me like they've cooled down a little bit from their hot offensive start from a team, but they don't really play defense either. So, but
yeah,
they're such a strong favorite, right? Like they're the highest favorite on the slate. So I have to think that they're going to score a little bit at home. So I don't mind getting to the Wild.
That's exactly what I'm at, because I think UC Soros is going tonight. I'm not positive, but they're going from Nashville to Minnesota. So that's kind of tough. And Minnesota is very desperate, where I think Nashville is just bad. I think they're going to fall off. Like, you always have those random surprise teams at the start, but it's the whole fraud situation.
Yeah. I'd have some interest in line one for the Wild, for sure. Nothing to do with the Predators at all. And the greatest team in the history of the world versus pretty damn good team that I actually have a soft spot for. The Oilers and the Stars. Me and Raz going at it.
Raz likes Dallas.
Yeah, I was a Minnesota North Stars fan, and
Oh, that's right.
I wasn't burned by them, moving to Dallas. I was a big Madonna fan. My dad's friends with former Minnesota North Stars defenseman Craig Ludwig. So, yeah, I just stuck with them. I always play Dallas, even though their offense just hasn't looked that good this season. I guess with the guys that they have, averaging just under 2.7 goals per game is not something that I would have predicted coming into the season. But like I said, I just always play them, and I'm gonna do it again. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it right now, but they are favored at home, so I do obviously like that.
Yeah, I like Dallas too. I just wish I initially thought that the Oilers were going to start Stuart Skinner tonight to try to guarantee a win in the back-to-back, and then tomorrow see if they could steal one in Dallas with Pickard. But they're going Pickard tonight, and they're going to try to win both. But I don't know if Stuart Skinner is actually him. But I was going to pile Dallas if they were facing Pickard. And now I'm second guessing a little bit.
Skinner, I don't think he's elite by any standards, but I think a lot of it is the play in front of him. Edmonton makes a lot of stupid mistakes and puts him in bad situations, but he gives up what the fuck goals too. So,
he's streaky.
Yeah. I mean, when he's on, but goddamn, when he's off, so yeah, that's a good game. I think you could probably hit either side with some pieces.
I mean, it probably gets easier to stack Dallas since they're going to be without. I mean, I expect them to be out with Hintz and Duchesne yet. I haven't really caught up with all that, but one of the biggest things early in the season is trying to figure out how you wanted to stack Dallas because of how they do everything. If those guys are out, that makes it super easy to just end up on Johnson, Robertson, Rantanen, maybe Seguin, and pick a defenseman and hope you get that one right.
Yeah, Dallas is so deep, yeah, sometimes it's hard to nail down their scoring, but
yeah.
Usually Wyatt Johnson's a good start. So definitely some interest there on both sides. The Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Colorado Fantasy Fling Avalanche.
The Fantasy Fling Avalanche.
That's his team.
I know. The big Joe Sakic guy. I'm just going to be quick with this one, and then I'll let whoever wants to go. This is there's a bunch of expensive studs here, and usually decent goaltending on both sides. And I'm just kind of avoiding this one potentially. It's it's just kind of scary. McKinnon's always good, especially in cash, but
yeah. They're so expensive to.
I'm all right avoiding it. Tampa's got good defenders. They got Sorelli to try to neutralize McKinnon if they can somehow time that up.
Well, what you Raz? Then we'll move on to what will probably be, I think, Chalk City.
I think I have a little more interest in Colorado. Just because, I guess, they're fifth in goals per game, and they're not having success on the power play and compared to a lot of teams. So, if part of that corrects itself numbers wise, you have a shot for a couple extra goals on top. I guess that's one of the things I've started to try to focus on in NHL is like the special teams units and see where we can find positive, negative regression. Not predicting that it's all going to hit at once, but at some point it's going to gradually get there, because McKinnon and McCarr are just so talented, especially out there on a power play. For them to have, 16% success rate, basically half of what Pittsburgh is on the season, tells me like there's going to be a game where they probably score 3 power play goals, at some point in the near future. So they're one I want to be on, but yeah, I mean, otherwise I don't ever love playing Tampa Bay. Even when I was playing some 3-mans and stuff, when the DS was jamming multiple Tampa Bay pieces in, I changed it out just because I don't feel great about them right now.
And they're mega expensive always too. All right. We have Darth Pasta's Red Wings versus Matthews Golden Knights, which I would think the Golden Knights will be pretty popular.
Yeah, but I don't know how much chalk you can have on a 10-game slate.
Yeah,
maybe in like the smaller fields.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That'll be your single entry jamming them in.
Dorofiev's price is probably like, I'm not looking at the slate right now, but he was like 4K to start the year, I think, and now he's like winning the Rocket Richard. So
yeah, he's 6,400 on this slate.
Yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all of Vegas, but I'm gonna have to see what all the lines are doing tomorrow, and then you'll see my sheet. But yeah, like Detroit, it doesn't matter who's in goal. Like, they're super young on D, and then their goalies are mid to bad.
Yeah.
And like those kids, some of those kids can't even like party in Vegas yet. That's how young they are. Vegas is like one of the most intimidating places to play.
I just hate that stupid ass pregame shit they do with the guy.
Yeah. It's like Vegas, Montreal. Trying to think, Carolina.
Yeah, I think Edmonton's up there.
Of course you do.
I just think maybe not intimidating.
Yeah,
but
intimidating.
It's electric atmosphere, I'm biased also.
I'm just kidding. No, Edmonton's sweet.
Hey, they had the best national anthem, kind of deal where he lets the crowd sing in the playoffs and shit. Panthers and the Ducks. Archie is back, I believe.
There's a lot of good players, but like nothing's doing it for me. I like both goalies, like especially if it's Dostal versus Bob.
Yeah, I don't a lot of times like playing goalies versus Florida because they don't shoot as much.
Yeah, no, I'm just meaning like makes me a little hesitant.
Yeah.
I think Anaheim's kind of a wagon this year. Surprisingly.
Yeah. They kind of got better quicker than I thought. But, hard to have interest in the offenses versus those goalies. What about you, Raz?
Yeah, it's tough. I generally haven't been playing anybody against Florida, but I also haven't been playing any Florida at all. I do like Anaheim. I mean, like they're, I want to play teams that are just scoring a bunch of goals, like, and that's something they're at least doing. So they're at home. I don't know. It's tough. It's probably not something I want to be overly exposed to, but maybe one build with line 1 and line 2. in another build and just,
And
so
Cutter's price is really skyrocketed too.
Yeah, I mean, for good reason, right? I mean,
Yeah.
They're getting it done. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's going to end up being just one of those home things for me. They're at home. They're a good goal scoring team, so maybe Bob just has an off night too. I don't know. I don't know how traveling across the country in NHL does, compared to what NFL does. But, when you're traveling from Florida to California, I don't know. But yeah, I think that offense is just strong enough that it's somebody that I want to play, similar to with Vegas. Like, I just want to play them every night, just because they have multiple guys that could end up with, 3+ points, and it wouldn't be shocking.
Yeah, I'd say that NHL travel is fairly similar. The guys on first class private PJs and gambling or sleeping or smoking or drinking in the back. A few hours later, they're in a hotel room.
They're hockey players. They're sniffing coke all the way. Let's fucking go! And then we have the Winnipeg Jets versus Ivan's Kings. What do you think?
What do I think? I think I don't stack Winnipeg as often as I should because of their shot volume, but at the same time, they always have one of the highest ceilings of any stack. But I really want to nail them when I play them, which is around half the time, but I don't play them enough. And LA's kind of slow and annoying. I don't know. If you MM I would have a little bit of the Jets.
Yeah, I can see that being a 1-0 game. Yeah.
Well, and then it just depends. I don't know. I haven't looked at Wednesday's game yet. I don't know if Winnipeg's on a back-to-back or anything, but if Hellebuck's in, I'm never stacking against him. He can have a bad game. I'll stack against him in the playoffs. Maybe even in the Olympics.
And Nashville are the only two teams on a back-to-back tomorrow.
I'm not in a regular season NHL game. I'm not stacking against Hellebuck. It's just not wise.
And the Kings, they don't shoot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the last game for tomorrow. Any closing thoughts on tonight or tomorrow? Sean, I'll give you the floor.
Well, I'm hoping, how when you play one lineup and then you get big news change and then you switch everything. So you're the fundamental, you just fundamentally change your entire lineup because of it. Well, that happened with Calvin Pickard. So I went with Blues over the Kraken. I initially had the Kraken. So now watch the Kraken. If you stack the Kraken, they're scoring 6 tonight.
Yeah.
So enjoy your money and take mine.
Yeah, I made 2 lineups and I have Kraken in both, just different lines or whatever. Rez, how is also whatever you want to say, final thoughts, but also the legacy stacking, how's that going? Is it getting easier?
It's still, it's a lot because there's just so many different moving parts and trying to get numbers to work correctly. When I do get a chance to do 100 to 150, Like I usually have a couple that end up being somewhat in play, but I'm just kind of I'm struggling with the one-off part. Like I'm just not getting, there. So it's a lot of me moving around, including only line one in that side or power play line one. Problem is I don't really like using power play line one as a one-off because like some of those teams have the random third liner or fourth liner or something on it.
Yeah.
And then they end up being cheaper. So then I end up getting a ton of exposure to those guys. And I really don't want it to be that way. So it takes a lot of massaging. Plus also, I mean, I'm just not able to do it every single day right now with all the other sports and stuff. But I think there's a route to utilizing it correctly that is going to pay off in the long run. It's just a matter of how I get percentages correctly.
Yeah.
Because a couple of my good nights could have been great until I realized, because I still leave it up in a browser when the night's going on just to see. And then you realize you missed out on somebody's line one that was definitely in play. It's just you ended up not getting that line stacked correctly. It ended up being, power play only, and it left off one of them or something. So it's just tough for me because I don't have line pairings memorized or have an exact idea. So I have to do a lot of bouncing around. And after doing it for a couple hours, like you kind of get annoyed with it and you stop bouncing around, or you just take whatever it gives you on that last run. You just don't follow through with all the updating. Like I have to run it more than what I run baseball, and baseball I run it a ton.
Yeah, I was gonna say DS is probably the DS. NHL is probably the most.
Yeah, I have to finish, or I have to focus on each stack, each of the three options, and go from left to right. Make one adjustment and then move and do it, and just keep doing adjustments in each column until I finally get there. That's just like my personal thing because I like to have more control over what I'm doing rather than just popping in there, throwing a couple likes on guys, and then letting it run and taking what it gives me. So I don't know. It's a fun process because the puzzle piece side of things and trying to figure out how to get everything to line up, but it also can be frustrating, when I miss out on something that I was thinking about or I was looking at, and I just realized I didn't get exposure to what I was thinking because there are so many names and so many stack combinations that I don't catch it in real time. And maybe as I get understanding of NHL lines a little bit more, maybe I will catch it. So I'm sure there's other people out there that have tried using it, used it for a couple of days, and realized like they're missing out on things. So then they trash whatever their process was. You just have to do it every single day. You become stronger with it, and then you can catch those things quicker. But then also you're going to cut down instead of running it for 3 hours off and on, maybe at best you get it down to an hour and a half if you're running through, just over the course of time, it is going to cut down in the time you're using, which is nice. My MLB process, I've cut it down to last minute. If something pops 25 minutes before first pitch, I can get a full edit and update and then rerun with everything that I do and get it done in 20-25 minutes. I don't think you can do that in NHL. At least I can't based on what I would do. But yeah, at some point things start to click, and then at some point everything is going to click and I'm going to enjoy it. I would obviously enjoy it better if I could just, somebody was complaining about in chat, could get to the 5-2 stack, without having to play around with percentages and projections and try to just jam some guys in. But until we get that option, you have to figure out what the workaround is. And unfortunately,
we'll have to see if we can put a request in for that. See if they can add 5.
It would
At
make
least-
sense to me, but I mean, you know, like we mentioned, it could definitely just be an outlier this year so far, in that the 5 and 6 man stacks have just crushed on some of those slates.
No, they did last year too.
You know, it's just trying to figure out when that happens, of course, or you just hand build. So like, you know, the last time I MME'd, I did my MME run for whatever I was going to do, and then I hand built 2 onslaught stacks for every team that I wanted to onslaught on that slate. Like I think it was just a 4-game slate, so I literally set those aside and I just hand built them. And
I remember you opening night in the chat. You're like, I just pictured you like with dark eyes, just like, how many hand builds is too many?
well,
600. It's 600 too many.
I went a lot that night, and that was my most profitable night of the season so far. I mean, it helped because they had that big $5 contest, and I just went hard at it. But I mean, when you get going and rolling hand building wise, I think it's somewhat easier. It's just you have to have a plan in place, you know. So whether it be separate your lineups in your My Lineups page on DK per team, because then when you go to it, you'd say you have 5 left of this team to do, you know what you have, and then now you just make a couple pivots off of that team, and or just stack it or add another different 3-man to it or whatever. Change your goalie and a defenseman, you know. Like
that'd be like
that, you bounce
Charlie
quickly.
Damon.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it though, and that was a really nice breakdown. He was talking about massaging the DS. I was wondering, do you and Frank Nazar face each other when you're getting the dual massages at the Thai place?
Well,
They did
yeah.
a Dutch rudder.
Why wouldn't we? You know, like anytime I get a chance to look at Frank, I'd have to take it. So yeah. But as far as like closing for tomorrow night slate or whatever, like Winnipeg's the one team on the road that I do have interest in. I was just kind of looking at it. I didn't realize like their line 1 for Winnipeg is basically on all 5 or all 4 of the guys, if you count the defenseman Morrissey, like they're all on a 5-game point streak. 3 of them, I think, are on like 3+ game point streak or double point streak of 3 games. So like that line is just doing things. I don't really like Kings games in general, but yeah, Winnipeg is the one.
Is that with Velarde and Afalo?
Connor and
or-
Velarde.
I mean Connor and
Connor Velarde and Scheifele, and then Morrissey at defenseman. All 4 of them are on 5-game point streaks. And there are 3 games in there where multiple guys have, you know, 2+ points. So like they're just doing so much for that team. And being a guy that's not perfectly following hockey, like that's the kind of spot that I like, because I don't have to try to get cute with a team like that and try to find, you know, somebody else. Like recently I have used like a follow. I've used Niederreiter. Just like Niederreiter's a name I remember from a few years ago. So like those guys stick out, but I've used them when they've scored recently. So like that's helped. But in general, when I can pinpoint that 1 4-man or at least 3-man, because it seems like I always leave off Morrissey when I do play Winnipeg and just go with the forwards. But yeah, that's why I want to get there. Takes the guessing out. You know, it's similar to NFL, just like the stacking wise. We want to have to get less things correct. And if we're on Winnipeg, I think you get you don't have to worry about getting more things correct, because you can just focus on that one line, really. But yeah, that's
I
all.
was in the chat talking about his Kings and Iafallo and Velarde and missing them, but you had like a few good games of Pierre-Luc Dubois, man. It's totally worth it. We love him.
Pierre-Luc Dubois. Is Kevin Lehkonen starting tonight? God.
Who?
Vancouver.
Oh, Lankinen.
Lehkonen.
I don't know. There's not like Demko's been awesome, but like to me, like in general, there's not a crazy difference in those two. That's what I was gonna say. Like, if Raz wants to, he's gonna replace your ass. Like he's saying Niederreiter and these names like pretty close to perfect, and you're over here Lehkonen. Well, what are we doing?
Lehkonen.
I mean, sometimes I can get them right. There are other names that I definitely would not be able to get right, but he's at least one that I remember.
We need to get Kevin to tune into the Olympics to see some of these names. It kind of sucks. Like, I know Italy's awesome. I've never been, but like it kind of sucks that it's there because like their hockey team kind of probably no NHLers going to get smoked, but like it'll be pretty fun. I'm curious to see what like Germany does. Like there's going to be some whack ass names on like there's people don't realize it's kind of like baseball. Like there's pro leagues all over the world, and some of these guys are going to make their Olympic teams for whack ass countries.
Yeah.
There's going to be some crazy names.
Looks like the USA is actually going like all in for the World whatever baseball classic. I mean, I saw Judge and Skeens are going to play. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're generally going to get most offensive players. It's just always like how are they going to fill out their pitching staff for the United States? Especially the bullpen too. Like that's my worry is we just end up with a bunch of Blake Trinan type bullpen older guys that are have made their money and are closer to retirement, so they're not as worried about blowing out their arm going into the season. Some of those younger upside bullpen arms like Mason Miller or something probably aren't going to be involved because they have hundreds of millions of dollars on the line in the near future. And it's tough. Like you can't blame them. It's just tough from a watching baseball standpoint because you just want to see the best team that like each country can put out there alone. So then you end up with some random bullpen arm. You're like, why is this guy out there? But it is always fun to look forward to. Just like, I mean, the Olympics will be fun to look forward to for hockey. I'm interested to see some of it. And some of those leagues, I found out, recently some of the countries that do have professional hockey leagues because my cousin is a former defenseman for the Florida Panthers, and he is playing overseas now, and he's just bouncing around some random countries. So it's rough to see him do that, after being the first pick of the second round and playing multiple years at Boston College, and then
I mean, it's a good opportunity though, but yeah. Because some of those leagues are similar to the AHL, which is like the minors for hockey. But like, there's been a few like big picks coming out of there. Like Leo Carlsson for the Ducks played in the Swedish Elite League, where everyone else is like playing in college or in juniors. And then like the same thing with that Red Wings kid, Sandin Pellikka. He was in the Swedish League. But I think I mean
look to see which league he's actually in.
That's pretty sweet though.
He's in the
he's in the KHL.
Oh really?
They
hand out bags of money.
Do they really?
Untaxed in the law, yeah. there's some, I don't know if it's the same way, but like they have a few super teams, and then like some of the other, like they pretty much like split their teams in half. They like have their super talented guys, and then they're absolute gooners, and they're literally hitmen.
Yeah, he's on, what is it? Barry's Astana or HC Barry's.
I think that's a bigger team, but but yeah, Demidov played in the KHL. They had his rights.
Ask him if they're giving him the Russian gas and the crazy treatments.
Crazy. God, he played. Man,
they got some kind of shit they take, and then it's like
there's been stories
out,
from each other.
Make you sleep, and then you wake up and you're an animal.
Wow. I'll have to add, I mean, 2 years ago he played in the Czech league. Then he joined. Yeah, he
is he in his mid-20s?
The KHL with a Chinese league team last year, and then now he's on the Bears.
I mean, he's probably making a decent living if he's in the K.
Just
mafia
around each year.
Guns and briefcases.
Yeah, the last time he was over here would have been 21, 22. He was in the AHL for the Vegas Knights.
Henderson Silver Knights. Hell yeah.
I mean, he's definitely bounced around. I mean, Florida traded him to Chicago, and then he never played in Chicago and just played whatever was it Springfield?
Yeah.
Or no, is that Florida's? Or is it Rockford? I don't know. Yeah, it might be Rockford. Trying to pay attention to the timeline, but I think he played some minor stuff or got some offers from the Wild at some point. Probably didn't last very long. He's 30 now, so I don't know.
I mean, he's got a resume, like a lot of different pro leagues, well traveled. Like that's pretty cool.
I mean, the KHL is no joke. So.
Oh no, yeah, like the NHL is a lot softer than it was in the early 2000s, 90s, and I know earlier than that. I understand like the goons, but like the KHL, I don't think it ever fully softened up. They're crazy.
I'm pretty sure you can shoot somebody in the face in the KHL.
No, there's stories about dudes getting arrested, and then like how like teams will like go out for dinner or something. They'll like get arrested, and then like a dude in a trench coat will just show up to the cell and just be like, "You're out of here," and then like the team owner will pick you up and like and like a limo.
Then the cop disappears.
Yeah.
We do not know.
That's their NFL over there.
Yeah, Russia don't fuck around.
It's not exactly like a strict law country like with
Russia is the antithesis of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to ask him about some of his experiences over there. I mean, yeah, being in a Chinese-based team and then Kazakhstan, and I mean, being in all the different countries over there, it's got to be.
Yeah. See, he did the research though, but it's kind of because like they'll literally hand you like a brown paper bag with thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. Like think about when the Saints put like, what was it?
The bounties.
Yeah, the bounties. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, we don't like this guy.
You kill him $1 million. Max Video, thank you with the info today. He said Demko is starting to. So.
But yeah, Raz was nice enough to join us today, but if he wants to go watch some college basketball and like we're kind of off the rails here.
Yeah.
So
And
we
I
got football
know
coming up.
Monday Night Football is getting ready to start, and people are going to want to finish those lineups. So
It's been fun.
if y'all don't have anything else, I think we'll bid adieu
Yeah.
and go eat my Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A sounds good.
I bought 4 sandwiches Saturday, ate 2 meals Saturday, 1 yesterday, and then
Are we still alive?
yeah. You ever seen me on the baseball show? I just talk about all kinds of.
Did you go through the drive-through multiple times, or did you just like?
No, I just did the app and go through the mobile.
Okay, yeah, you're okay. Yeah, we're super reasonable. You should see my email because I never delete shit out of my main one.
Yeah,
I literally had one. It was like, "Thanks for ordering Taco Bell," and then the next one's like, "Your Ozempic's on the way." I was like, "I don't think you know who I am." I was like, just seeing those 2 emails next to each other, I'm like, that's interesting.
I mean, you know how good it felt to be like hungover as shit on a Sunday and have Chick-fil-A waiting. I mean, that's elite.
I mean, to be honest, that's a smart way because there have been a number of Sundays where I've been like, you know what, I could really go for some Chick-fil-A. Like, it legitimately happens where I'm sitting here after like NFL starts or something, like, what do I want for lunch? And I can't order Chick-fil-A. It's wild. But yeah, I mean, I don't order anything without using their app to order. Like, no matter where I'm going now, like, I just order via apps. Like, just get rewards points and get some free stuff, and makes it easier. Having a daughter makes like my McDonald's rewards just skyrocket. So
that mobile through is great.
Yep, and then you can also do the curbside shit.
Yeah,
can't do it for Taco Bell.
Did I ever tell y'all? I probably did at the time. I was at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru and I just got a new buck knife, and I was like playing with it, like, and I slipped and dropped it, and it went straight into my thigh.
Oh yeah, you told me. You're an absolute lunatic.
They're like blood's just running everywhere. I'm like, oh, bring me my fucking sweet tea, bitch. I gotta go home. Alexa,
you went home. I like that you didn't go to urgent care. You're just like, I got glue.
I'm already running at optimal coolness levels. Any chillier, and I
yeah.
What's up, Scott?
Arctics and airplanes.
Arctic airplanes, huh? I guess you did you know sometimes, especially if
the fact that you're like spooning Alexa.
pretty slow.
She's like, I'm not that cold.
I wanted to use the Samuel Jackson. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. But
classic.
So we are, definitely off the rails here. So, and a little over an hour. So,
yeah, but it's been fun.
Yeah, I always love it. Just hanging out with the guys.
Everyone say thanks to Raz for subbing in.
Thank you, Raz.
No problem. Glad to be here.
That's okay.
I mean, I would have just been sitting at my computer anyways, like with multiple games up on my monitor or something. So like, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, to me, it's just kind of
timing wise is a little rough. That's just because it's so hard to get college basketball news. So trying to figure out starting lineups and get an idea of what's going on, makes me look like I'm a crackhead because I'm looking back and forth and looking at my phone when I get a notification on something for lineups or guys that are out. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Look forward to jumping on in the future whenever I am needed.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I think Pasta has a lot of end up having staff meetings and stuff on Mondays. So it probably will be more often than not, maybe.
Yeah, whatever works. I am generally pretty free on Mondays.
I mean,
It's
even
just-
even if he's here, we'll sometimes have a fourth anyway.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah, exactly. So,
All right.
I mean,
all right,
Yeah.
guys. Good luck tonight. Hope Dallas doesn't get the shit beat out of them. And
I mean, tomorrow.
well, Cowboys tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett probably have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I hope so.
I have Aubrey as my captain.
I don't really play Showdown, so
I'll
don't
throw in
do
one
any of
lineup
that.
for giggles. Throw one lineup in a 3-man or something. So, all right. Chick-fil-A and ice cream at Coles.
Sounds perfect.
I don't know how much Monday Night Football we can run down. Like, I mean, Raz don't really play showdowns. I was like,
didn't look at it at all.
you know, I just threw a lineup together sitting on the shitter. So I didn't look into it. So I've been hockey,
My
but
shitter time was doing underdog drafts for college basketball tonight. So
I make some of my best content on the toilet. So no pun intended.
I won't ask. We need to get out of here.
All right, yeah. Before I get fired. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time in stream.